What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and we are in that time where we're in Home Kingdom waiting for our matchmaking to be decided. However, that matchup that seems to be like it's going to be a no-brainer based off the team comparisons and powers and all that is going to be EIS versus WB Camp, okay? And I'll go in and I'll talk about the teams. EIS and WB on paper right now are the two strongest kingdoms in the game. I think WB's team might be higher, or maybe EIS. I don't know. We'll take a look right now. So going into it, gonna turn my camera off here. Let's zoom in just a tinkle bit. Okay, here we go. So team one, we have EIS. The EIS camp is EIS, Rage, and SCO. I think SCO is the Scarlet Legends, I believe. WB, I remember their name, played them in row. WB's camp is WB, BPA, and Pod. Okay, now, we're gonna, okay, here's the overall statistics, excuse me. The EIS team has 473 players. WB has 562 players. Also, we are using the website created by Yami. I'll put a link in the description for the link so that way that you guys can come in here. I think he's been adding a few different teams. So we have a WB, NTS, Echo, and BTX in here so far for the comparisons. I think he said he's going to add more. But anyways, those are the ones that we have right now. All right, so when you look at the player advantage, WB team has more players, 562 players, and then I think he only counts 50 million and above, I want to say. Okay, here we go. Total power for the EIS camp, 64.6 billion power for the EIS camp, 65.8 billion power for WB. So slight power advantage for the WB side, but I mean, yeah. Okay, here we go. Average power, 136 million power for the EIS team for the average. WB team, 117 million average there. It does look like the advantage goes to the EIS team in terms of quality of players, just based off of power, right? Highest power, 505 million power to 581 million power on the WB side. I think that's individual players who has like the biggest player. Total merits, 12.5 billion merits on the side of the EIS team. I think this is probably like overall merits. Oh, no. This is for their camp, for their previous KVK, I believe. Yeah, for the billion there. Okay, and then for the WB side, 14.8 billion merits for the WB team. So a lot of good things there. So you see the ones that have the advantages are highlighted in green. Okay, just for the visual. Total kills, almost 300 million or 300 billion for the EIS team. 269 total kills for WB. T5 kills, 134.6 billion for EIS team. 110 billion for the WB team. So looking at this, guys, just from power, just on paper, I do have the YouTube chat. Who do you guys think on paper has the advantage? On paper, who do you guys think has the advantage, guys? We are live on YouTube right now. Let's see in the chat right now. Who do you guys think has the advantage based off power, number of players, Okay, one for WB. Let's see, while you guys type your answers in the chat. I'm trying to see here. I mean, dude, it's so close, guys. One for we got two for WB, one for EIS. WB, if number of players are all active. That is true. Man, this is a hard one, guys. They're for sure going to get matched up. Like, this matchup is so close that it's kind of hard to tell. But, gun to my head, make a choice, Guns. Okay, here we go. Let's see. On paper, the player count is massive if they're all active. They do have a slight power advantage. I think on paper it'd probably be the WB team, guys, because you guys do make a good point. If all of those players are active and playing, that is roughly speaking, like almost 90 players more. If all 90 of them roughly bring 5 marches out to the field, you're talking 400 plus more marches on the field. That could make the difference. I mean, being realistically speaking, are all 562 of them going to be like super active? No, right? Obviously. But just, for face value, I think WB probably. RSS healing will play a big difference. Okay, so let's continue. Actually, let's start a poll here right in the beginning of this recording. Who will win? Who will win this KVK? Question mark. EIS camp or WB camp? Let's go ahead and start that right there. Boom. Go ahead and put your votes in. We'll show that at the end of the recording. Okay, alliance contribution. This is individual, right? This is individual here. So it goes to show you, like, in terms of the power, okay? When you have, man, I wish it was like EIS up here, kind of do a little bit more side by sides, like A to A, B to B, B to B. But anyways, so EIS has 200 players over 50 mil. WB has 207 mil player, or 207 players over 50 mil. But in terms of power, WB is 32.9 billion power and EIS is 33.2 billion power. That is absolutely insane. Look at those, like, merits, man. 8 billion merits WB side, 6.4 on the EIS side. WB did have more fighting. I mean, damn. Let's take a look at the Bs, right? Because the thing is, like, EIS and WB, I mean, we all know they're all going to put in, yo, what's up, Vital? We all know they're going to put in crazy work, right? So this is really going to come down to the B seeds, bro. This is realistically going to come down to the B seeds and who's going to carry their weight. I mean, obviously, it's going to come down to everybody, right? But when you look at these camps, when you look at these matchups, usually the ones that have the team that is kind of slacking ends up being the one that ends up losing, okay? So when we look at Rage, 15.2, BPA 15.6, SEO 16.2, Pod at 7.2. We look at the merits. Pod has 4 billion merits from their season. BPA 2.5. SEL has 3.4. Rage has 2.5. So when you look at just like the overall merits of each kingdom, like, they're all good kingdoms, man. They're all killers, dude. They're all killers. So when you look at just face value, I mean, you can't really like point one. But if there is something to point, guys, Rage does have 110 players over 50. BPA has 151. So that's massive. Pod has 204. So yeah, I mean, WB side also has, like, their camp has the player advantage in terms of 50 mil pluses by a lot, actually. 40, like 80 players that are 50 mil plus. That's what we were talking about in the beginning when it comes to, like, the player difference there. Okay, cool. Let's scroll. Power distribution by range. Okay. So the EIS team has 15 more 200 mil pluses. That's actually huge. That is actually huge. 150 to 200 goes to the EIS team as well. 39. 120 to 150, 20. So that's exactly what I think it was Fluffy that was mentioning in the beginning there, where it's like it's going to matter about those players that resource heal. So on paper, in terms of players that are more than likely going to carry the weight in terms of resource healing, goes to the EIS team. Does the WB camp have more players? Yes. Do they have, the advantage there in terms like that and power? Sure. But the EIS camp has more players in that range of the 200, from 100 to 200 plus. So that's going to play a major factor ultimately in the resource healing side of things. So if I had to choose one, I would say the EIS team has the advantage in terms of who I think is going to end up winning. Just by looking at numbers, okay, everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Just by looking at numbers, as we know, these KVKs, especially the final K, especially the Dragon Zone, is going to be a for sure 3v3, right? So it's not like, oh, EIS is going to bully or WB is going to bully and then some of the B teams are not going to make it in. That's not the case here, right? So, however, look at these numbers right here. The 100s to 120s, 44 in the favor of the WB team. 80s to 100s, 50. 70s to 80s, 33. Like, this, okay, here, oh my God, this is like the battle between spenders and the battles between like high spend and mid spend. Like, what matters more, guys? Those resource healers or just like raw activity? Oh, damn. Resource healing players or just raw activity? I mean, damn. Okay. This is cool. Top 10 players. Okay, this is, man, dude, Yami killed it with this. Yami, you did a really good job with this, brother. Really, really good job. Okay, top 10 players for the EIS camp. This is based off power. We got Bebe at a 500 mil power compared to Extinct at 581. We got Angry Jack at 445 compared to, we're going to say KO at 559. Like, oh my God, dude, these guys are so freaking insane, dude. Crystal Fluffy 427 to TSGM's 409. Alibaba 424 to Aristotle's 391. Humble Pie at 417 to McCreamy. Like, dude, these 10 versus 10 kind of matchup is nuts, bro. Diablo 415 to Eliga's 368. New 01 332 to MVC's 363. The Ripper 331 to WB's 354. Bad Dark 324 to Yum Yum 352. Darth J 319 to WB 331. So that is their top 10 players in comparison from the EIS team to the WB team. You can see that it's dominated by all WB on the right, all EIS on the left. Let's take a look at merits. Mr. Sky at 93. Jesus. TSGM, 144 million merits out of TSGM. Holy mother. Oh my God. Nikki, 85. Kelly, 115. XM5, 82. Aristotle, 114. Angry Chen 80 to McCreamy's 102. I mean, we gotta put a disclosure though, okay? WB did have substantially more fighting than EIS, right? WB was fighting against Echo, and the fact that some of these EIS players on the left even got to the numbers that they got to there is actually very impressive. So it's not necessarily a fair comparison in terms of merits here, but we continue, okay? Excuse me. Fluffy Waffles at 76.5 million. Okay. To WB's 84. LR 67 to Mikey's 82. Excuse me. Wowro 65.8. WB's 80. Does at 65.6 to KT's 80. DE. Wait, wasn't this guy in NXW before? Anyways, DE 65.4 to LEV 77. Okay, T5 kills. All right, this is a better comparison of top 10 players, okay? You got Fluffy at 1.6, TSGM 1.1. All right. I'm starting to get fatigued of saying numbers, so I'll let you guys look at this on screen. You know what I'll say, because some of you guys some of you guys are probably at work or driving when you guys listen to this, so I'm just gonna say it regardless of my fatigue for you guys, for the people. Fluffy 1.6 billion kills, TSGM at 1.1, Nikki 1.3, Aristotle 1.0, Does 1.2, McCreamy 988. So the 1.2s is the billions, right? Wowrose 1.1 billion to Don Davis 911. Alibaba 1.1 to KT's 863 million. Jeeds 1.1 to Elegas 847. Will Jeeds go ham this season though? My boy Jeeds was kind of slacking on that EIS account. You know, he's too busy over in G3 smacking G3s on his Jeeds account. Lol. Bad Dark 1 billion to Lala 841. So you can see here, Mr. Sky 965 to WB's 833. Hoodlum 943 million to Maha's 821. Bert Cato 935 to Archon 813. So you can see here on the left side, you have EIS hashtag. So that's the stats right here. Let's take a look at the votes. We have 47 votes. So more people think, we have 68% that say the WB camp's going to win. 32% said EIS camp. So last time y'all slept on the EIS camp and they won. Will EIS camp prove you guys wrong again for the second time? Will the EIS camp prove you guys wrong again for the second time? I don't know. It's going to be exciting. It's definitely going to be a KVK that I'm going to try to do some coverage for. But yeah, anyways, with that being said, guys, let me know in the comment section below who you guys think is going to win this one. Will it be WB? Or will it be the EIS camp? Let me know, and let me know why, okay? Let me know why. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. Let me know in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this coverage and want to see some other side-by-side comparisons like this, let me know who you guys want to see next, okay? Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel and don't want to miss out on this content, hit that sub button, turn on that bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Until next time, it's your boy Guns, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.